God of War 2018 was a brilliant game and it is definitely one of the best games to come from the side of PlayStation. But still, there were a few things which could be added or implemented within the game to make it even better than it already was. So in today's video, we will take a look at the things we definitely need to see in God of War Ragnarok. I just got to say I absolutely love the God of War series and these are just things I would love to see in God of War Ragnarok. Now obviously the first game had great combat and though the number of boss fights were great in terms of quality and pacing, it still was less in terms of quantity. Yes, we did have the Valkyries and they were great and challenging to fight, but they weren't even part of the main story. So it's obvious that we still required more in terms of quantity since the game did not lack in quality of the boss fights. And one of the reasons for this is the history of the series. We have had amazing boss fights not only in terms of quality but even in quantity in previous God of War games. God of War 3 is a perfect example of this. But I guess we definitely will get more boss fights considering the way the story is going to change in God of War Ragnarok. We have a lot of things coming up in the form of Thor, Freya, maybe Odin, Heimdall and more as well. So we definitely have a chance of this happening. We might get to fight the bird in Helheim as well, we never know. And on the PlayStation blog about God of War Ragnarok, it is indeed mentioned that the game will have an expanded cast of adversaries and each combat encounter will be memorable from the other one. It is God of War tradition to take the enemy's weapons and use it just like God of War 3 did. So it would be a great addition to the weapons of Kratos if we could include Thor's hammer Mjolnir. Now how would Kratos wield Mjolnir? To answer this question, I have made a video as well, do check it out if you're interested. One of the main villains of the next game came up when Baldur was killed by Kratos and that villain is indeed Freya. So Baldur's death still does affect the next game in the form of Freya who is out for revenge. So I definitely want to see Baldur in God of War Ragnarok and there are various reasons for this. The first reason brings up Norse mythology because Baldur is one of the gods who returns right before Ragnarok takes place. The second reason is due to Freya reanimating Baldur. Now this is definitely possible and I have explained how Baldur will return in this video. Do check it out if you're interested. The third way could be a direction where Baldur becomes friendly with Kratos and Atreus once he returns, and this can only happen if Freya goes ahead and reanimates Baldur. Once Baldur is reanimated, he probably would hate Freya even more for bringing him back and perhaps become against her and then, become friendly towards Kratos and Atreus and maybe help out in terms of gameplay as well. God of War 2018 had amazing weapons for Kratos in the form of the Leviathan Axe and the Blades of Chaos. So in God of War Ragnarok, we definitely will want new weapons apart from these two. Now, from what I could find, I definitely would love to see Kratos wielding and fighting with Mjolnir. And another weapon which could make a massive difference is the Blade of Olympus. Now, there's two reasons to bring back the Blade of Olympus. The first being that it would be a cool parallel to the first game where we got the Blades of Chaos. And the second reason would be that the Blade of Olympus is the perfect counterpart to powerful weapons such as Thor's hammer or Odin's spear as well. God of War 2018 did great in terms of combat, but it still could have added more varieties in terms of enemies. And gladly we seem to be getting it in God of War Ragnarok. We did get to see that in the trailer as well as the PlayStation blog about the game. There are new variations being added such as the Stalker, the Draki and these guys. And one more thing to be noticed is that in the blog about the game, it is mentioned after these three names that it is just the beginning, so there would be more enemies introduced as well. Now God of War obviously had a load of armor sets for Kratos and Atreus and most of them are really well designed with different powers and abilities. But still, few of the armor sets seem to look extremely massive when equipped on Kratos and Kratos also seems bulkier due to this. Kratos is extremely fit and through these massive armor sets he seems too huge. So this is something we definitely need in God of War Ragnarok, which is exactly fitting armor sets, and that definitely seems to be the case with God of War Ragnarok. With the trailer as well as the pictures of Kratos, we can see that the armor is fantastic and looks great on him. Now in terms of new animations, I'm referring to enemy finishing animations. God of War 2018 did have great animations but it didn't have too much of variety. So that is something I definitely want to see in God of War Ragnarok and it does seem to be happening. As we can see in few scenes of the God of War Ragnarok trailer, Kratos does have a variety of ways to fight and kill his enemies. One of the many good and important characters of God of War 2018 was Faye and she did not appear physically in the game. So I definitely would want an interaction between Kratos, Atreus and Faye, perhaps only for a brief moment or even as part of the story as well as gameplay. Maybe due to time travel, we could see Kratos and Atreus meeting Faye physically. God of War games are known for their brilliant combat systems and God of War 2018 definitely delivered in terms of combat as well, but there can be improving additions. The one thing which would be a great addition to combat is to allow Kratos to dual wield weapons such as hold the axe in one hand and the one blade in the other hand, and the ability to use all of this in a fluid and seamless manner. Now, Ragnarok is the reason for the end, and since Ragnarok is confirmed to happen in the next game, we definitely need to see whether the game would allow us to explore the realms after beating the game, just like God of War 2018 did. God of War 2018 did leave unanswered questions, and the answers to few of such questions leads to time travel. These questions could be the blowing of the horn, the giants being dead in Jotunheim, and more as well. So time travel is something which can be seen in the next game, but only the game will be answering that. God of War 2018 was definitely more open in terms of the world design, which offered the players to take up optional missions and side quests as well, such as the Three Dragons and the Valkyries as well. But few of the side quests seem to be a bit different and not as engaging and rewarding compared to the quests like the Valkyries or the Three Dragons. So I definitely want to see engaging and important side quests. So these were the things I want to see and I'm looking forward to in the next game, God of War Ragnarok. Do let me know what you guys want to see in the next game down in the comments, and yeah, thank you for watching. Do leave a like if you've enjoyed, subscribe for more videos like this, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.